This piece might sound beautiful and relaxing, but in reality, actually playing it is like trying to perform open heart surgery during an earthquake. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at arguably the most difficult piece for the left hand in the classical guitar repertoire. And it's not for the reasons that you think. This piece has no fast scales. It has no fast arpeggios. In fact, the piece is not even at a fast tempo at all. However, it is managed to be one of the most challenging pieces that I've ever read through. And I decided that I would, take this piece up, maybe take a little look at it. And after looking at it, I was just like, mind blowing. The piece is Sheep May Safely Graze by Bach. And this particular arrangement is by Rick Foster, and it is wildly insane. And so insane that I think it deserves a video. So let's jump right into it. And I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about and what makes this piece so difficult. So first off, the tuning is drop C and drop G. So already the shapes and kind of geometry are already kind of mixed up a little bit just because of that. But you start the piece off and it sounds gorgeous with the low bass notes, like. And you think to yourself, wow, this sounds amazing. This is a piece that I could get into, and I think I want to learn this. But you have four measures of grace, and then all heck breaks loose. Because in the next measure, you already have this kind of gnarly stretch. Okay, it might not look that gnarly, but it kind of is. You got a half bar on the third fret. Try this, honestly, try this with me. Okay, half bar on the third fret. Your second finger is on the third string, fourth fret, that's a B, and then your third finger is going to reach for this F sharp up here on the sixth fret of the sixth string, okay? Now, if you can reach that, congratulations, that's just one piece of the puzzle, because right after that, you need to shift, and here's the real thing that makes this piece difficult. It's the stretching, but it's also to make it sound legato, okay? I could probably reach the stretches, but could I ever play this legato? Maybe, but it would take a lot of work. So we have this first stretch, and then this is kind of okay, but like I said, making it legato would be hard. This part's really pretty, right? And then you're like, okay, I made it for the first part, no problem, right? It gets worse. It gets much worse. So now the melody kind of starts. Okay, most people I think would argue that this is like a decent stretch of this chord shape. In the context of this piece, this is nothing. This is like easy. Okay, now we're here. We're here. I don't play this piece, by the way, so I'm kind of sight reading. Here's the first massive stretch, okay? Like when you read this and you see the second finger here, that's what we're talking. This madness, okay? With an E on top. Okay? Ow. Like if that doesn't give you tendonitis or wrist pain, I don't know what will. And I first looked at this and was like, excuse me? Okay, and it says second. Now you might think, oh, it would be easier to play that with a third, right? Yes, it would, but your third finger is about to be used right after for that. It actually kind of hurts. I should take it easy. But you need your third finger for there, right? Or you can slide, maybe. Oops. It's just crazy. Like. Anyways, try that stretch. If you can do this one, you're a beast. First finger, sixth string, sixth fret. Second finger, fourth string, 10th fret. And then pinky, 12th fret, first string. Ugh, so hard. And then when you think that that's hard part's over, it's not. Now we got another big stretch. This. And this says 3. Look at that. This is D sharp and A. Okay. Not the craziest, but still not the best. But if you thought that was bad. Then in this next measure, it extends one more fret. Okay, you got E with the first finger and B with the second finger. Now, it'd be one thing just to play those two notes, but you got to play these notes clearly underneath it. And like to get that, to not have your first finger touch the other strings, it's like, it's just, I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they do it. And I lost my spot. No, there we are. Da, 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 da. Here. And then. Da, da. Yeah, okay. Now, one other thing that this piece also has, if that wasn't all hard enough, is crossbars. Okay, if you don't know what a crossbar is, you have a normal bar, right, which is like one finger on the same fret. A crossbar is where you have one finger that bars over the span of 2 frets. Okay, so something like this, right? And there's an example of this later in the piece. Well, there's several places where these crossbars happen. Yeah, just takes your bar game to a whole new level. It's actually kind of cool. I think it's really creative. To do something like that. Let's see, let me find the example. Yeah, like this. Okay, so we're doing a bar on the 8th and 7th fret so that I can get this melody, but also hold the bass at the same time. So you're here, and then you slide up your crossbar a fret to play this, and then we slide up the crossbar again to 10 and 9 for this. Oops, this. Yeah, okay. It's just wild fingerings. This is like a small percentage of what this whole entire piece is filled up. If you haven't, go listen to Christopher Parkening playing this piece. It's amazing. It's gorgeous. I don't know how he makes it sound so legato because it's beyond me. It's just totally beyond me. And if you get the chance, try to read through this piece just for fun, just to appreciate that recording and appreciate Rick Foster, also the man who arranged this. I believe the reason for the stretchers, well, there's kind of 2 main reasons. One is that he really goes through every extra effort to try and keep the melodies on the same string whenever possible. That's why there's these huge stretches. And then I believe that as much as possible, he tries to keep the integrity of the bass line the same as the original score. So that's kind of the main reasons for all this craziness. But the fact that they could both play this, Rick Foster and also Parkening, it's insane. Yeah, I think you either have to be mentally unwell or just have insanely huge and strong hands and fingers, because other than that, it's beyond me. So that's what I wanted to highlight in this video. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.